Yo, what's going on out there? YouTube's SCL0320 representing JVS. Got my man with the plan, with the reaction and the review. Keeden, he is here.
What is up? It's KEEDEN'S. It's been a minute.
It has been a whole minute. Just to give you guys context, it's been over a year and 6 months, 4 months, something like that.
It's been a while. They thought I forgot about him, man. Y'all thought I forgot about y'all. I'm still here.
he is still here, and we've got, by the end of this, we'll talk to you guys about a surprise that we got planned that we need you guys to make sure you coordinate and check it out, because if you want to see this man's reactions, it's coming. But we'll about season 7, man. What did you think? First thought, if you could express it in a statement, what would you? How would you describe it?
I don't even know. Like, I can't, man. I'm not gonna lie. I can't believe that that the new season's coming out like so soon. Like, man. It's gonna be a crazy 6 weeks. Like, but season 7 was wild.
It was.
Season 7 was wild. It was wild. I mean, it was season 6 ended insane, and then like I didn't know where they were gonna go from there. But man, that show does not disappoint, and it plays for keeps.
It always goes for the jugular and plays for keeps because, correct me if I'm wrong. We finally convinced season 6 that John was who we thought he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, we finally got that confirmation that Bran found it out. He actually saw it. He understood it. And it was like, now let's go. You know, then we kick off everything else. I think with Theon, he had a run-in with his uncle. And it didn't end well.
So at the end of season 6, Theon and his sister dip out of the Iron Islands, and they meet up with Dany, and then they take the boats over to Westeros. So that's where that ends. They're all on boats, and they're getting ready to roll out.
Yeah. And so now this is in 7, like they were kind of like ambushed. They had they got blindsided completely by the uncle. And the uncle not only took Theon's sister, but he also got the Sand Snakes as well. But man, it was just so much. Oh my gosh.
Season 7 got real because like you had Dany finally lands. She's home, back at Dragonstone, in the building. Targaryens are back. Like, that's going on. You got it's going down at oh gosh, what's it called? Gosh, I can't even think of what it's called. What's it, man? Gosh, it's been too long. Atlanta.
What you Atlanta?
Atlanta. Oh man, I'm getting everything mixed up. Old Lady Tyrell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, oh, that's right, because Jamie went and stormed her.
Jamie storms Highgarden. Highgarden gets sacked, and and Old Lady Tyrell did one of the most savage things that you can possibly imagine.
And she asked him ahead of time. She was like, you know, what do you think about this? How am I going to go? You know, he's like, you're going to go peacefully. You know, I'm not.
Oh, it's not painful. Man, she took that shot so quick. Like, she took that shot like a professional drinker. I mean, pounded it back. And then looked them dead in the eyes like, I want Cersei to know it was me. I had no idea how that poison was going to react, but I like how it reacted. Like, she was like, I'm not gonna lie, it was savage because she was like, "Look at your face, look at your face." Like, it was rude. It was rude. All Jamie could do was walk away. He's like, "Man, this is wild. This is wild." And like Cersei's gone way off deep end. I mean, she wearing all black. Like, I'm like, Cersei. Whew, we don't know what's going on with her.
That's right. Because at the end of season 6, she freaking bombed everybody. Like she set the fire on him.
Dipped out, like literally, like he dipped.
Tommen was done.
Yeah,
Tommen was so done.
Yeah,
and
man.
then that's right, because that was when she put on her armor and was like, she's the queen now, and that's what she's all.
Yeah, she
wanted. It was like, man, she flexed though all season long of season 7. She flexed with everybody. Like she didn't disappoint. I mean, the fact that she was the one that told Jaime to go get the Tyrell. She was the one that told Jaime to go and kill Tyrion. She was the one that was like, you know what? I see this, Walker, but we're gonna use this to our advantage and destroy all of whatever's left. We'll take care of it. And Jaime is just like, how did this? Who am I with?
Yeah. That's when Jaime realized, you know what? My sister and my girlfriend, I guess, is crazy. Like, you know what? She's crazy. She hanging out with basically Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster. Those are her two closest people right now, because Qyburn and Franken Mountain. Like,
legit.
That's it. Like that's how Dr. Dre felt at the end of Straight Outta Compton. He was like, what am I, like, I'm just like, what is going on right now? Where am I at? Like, that was him, and he's like, you know what? I'm dipping out. Later, Suge. You crazy. Like, that was Jaime. Jaime was like, I'm done. Suge, you crazy. You got pit bulls and stuff. I'm out. Like, he dipped out. He was like, I'm gone now. Where he's headed, I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be weird when Atlantis shows up in Winterfell.
I was about to say, because Atlantis always keeps his promises. He said that he would go and fight. He said that he would be there on the front line. That's what he's gonna do. Because I think he realizes, regardless of this battle, this internal battle of who wants the crown, he knows he has to protect his woman. He's got to protect his child. He's got to protect his kingdom, and he's going to do it. And he knows that he's better suited to fight this than to deal with the craziness. Like, he was like, matter of fact, the end of the season, he was like, go ahead and do it. Like, have the mountain slaughter me. Do it. And then she looks to the mountain and was like, he was like, I don't believe you. Walked out like a savage. I was like, you go, Jaime. Live with your honor.
He was like, I'm done with this. She crazy. Because, I mean, she's gone wild. Short hair don't care. Like, when she saw the White Walker and still was like, I want the gold. Where the gold at? And it, like, that was when I was like, yep. She on another level. She on another level.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, it's all going down in Winterfell because Jon is king in the north, but everybody's struggling. And I'm telling, man, if there's nothing you learn from Game of Thrones, it's that people are fickle.
Yeah.
People are fickle. I'm telling you. They just said Jon Snow was king in the north, but I mean, they 2 or 3 bad days in a row, and they ready to be like, yo, give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. Done with Jon Snow. Give him. Done with him. Like, they will turn on you in a heartbeat. And even Sansa, even she's just like throwing some side eye, like, what's going on? I don't think that's a good idea. Like, there's some pushback. And then, man, And then
it's always an uphill battle for Jon Snow. It's never not been. Like, I feel like since even when I looked at the first episode, I was like, Jon's been struggling to just have people just trust in him, believe in him for a second. Yeah. And it's like they do, but then they just betray him. Like, for real. And I don't know.
And like every single season, it's like, wow, how nice of a guy is Jon Snow? And it's like, this nice. And meanwhile, now on the other side of that, even Daenerys, Dany's starting to trip. Dany's tripping because she's going on this whole bend the knee kick and like roasting people, like literally roasting people. I'm not talking like a Twitter roast. Like she's like,
that's right,
literally roasting people.
She burned Sam's brother and his.
Yeah. That line is done. He's in Umbrella Academy now. Like done. like done. Like every dude, houses, family trees are getting chopped down in Game of Thrones. Like it's going down, man. But yeah, she's on this whole bend the knee kick. Like she's really tripping hard. Like she's starting to show that Targaryen twitch.
Yeah.
Like that bit of crazy. And so don't know where that's gonna go. But this season was what was so wild about this season was this is when all of the circles are starting to connect. I mean, Jon Snow's meeting Daenerys, like Tyrion seeing Jaime after I don't know how many seasons now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, it's coming to a head. The Hound saw his brother. That's been a long time coming, which I got a theory about that. Like everybody's hyped for Clegane Bowl, but I got a theory about can I tell you my theory of what I think as far as Clegane Bowl?
Sure. All
right. This is what I think. I'm not gonna lie, because they've been building it up. I think Brienne of Tarth is gonna take out the mountain. I said it. I'm calling it right now. Yeah, Clegane Bowl might be a little bit of a thing. Brienne of Tarth is gonna take out the mountain. That's what I'm calling right now. You hear me right here.
So do you think that the wolf and Brienne's gonna take on the mountain, or you think it's gonna be a situation where the wolf dies and Brienne
the Hound?
Yeah. The Hound.
I don't know. I think it might be one of those things where the Hound might be about to die or actually does.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be like a setup or something. Like, I don't know if it'll be a fair fight, but I think that it's going to be Brienne that takes out the mountain. I just got this feeling. I think so. I think it's going to be Brienne.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
The other thing that was crazy about that though is the fact of Arya's metamorphosis. Like Arya, man, she met up with Sansa again, and
before
was it this? Oh, go ahead.
You're talking about metamorphosis because we saw another character that we hadn't seen since season 1. Arya's direwolf was still alive. Like, and I really loved that scene. Which, okay, we gotta backtrack even further than that because we got to talk about how season 7 started. The cold open.
Oh,
yeah, the cold open. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Like that was a cold toast. That was a cold toast.
That was savagery, what I would call it.
Oh yeah, Jonestown. Like it was not a game. Like she handled that, and like she told him, she was like, "The North remembers." Whew. Cold open, the coldest open, and then of course, she sees her direwolf, and like what I took away from it, it's like, yo, we both killers now. Like you grew up, you had to grow up hard. I had to grow up hard. We all killers. Like it is what it is, and that's where it's at. And of course, she gets back to Winterfell, and she's always loved Jon. Like always loved Jon, to the point where she's like, "Don't try nothing, Sansa. Don't try nothing. Because if all of them can catch these hands, you can too. I ain't seen you in years. I don't know your motives, but you ain't touching John. Like, we gotta watch Arya because Arya's got hands for everybody. Everybody.
Yeah, because she had this small little, like, you know, training thing with Brienne. And like Brienne was like, man, you are really short. Like, you sure you want to do this? And like they were going tit for tat, and the whole entire time, Sansa was like, how is this even possible?
Yeah. It's like it's not a game. Because even Brienne was like, I can't teach her nothing. I'm gonna go teach Arya how to fight, I guess, because she's obviously leveled up a whole lot since the last time. Like, yo, she was Enzo coming out of the game. Reboot. Matrix. Like, yeah, that's what she was.
Oh my gosh, no, you did not.
It's like, yeah,
mainframe.
That's an upgrade.
Reference.
Real upgrade. And so, yeah, Arya's leveled up big time. And then, of course, the Snake season 1, he's hanging out in Winterfell. Littlefinger, Lord Baelish, which, I'm not going to lie, they would all be dead without him because he was the one that called in the Vale to save him in the Battle of the Bastards. He did do that, but at the same time, he trash. Like, he's
got all his motivations are all skewed, and it's all an ulterior motive. And I mean, the thing this season, it made me understand that Sansa has evolved to the point that she's as cunning and as dark as Littlefinger. She got to that level, and she earned that spot, honestly.
And it's interesting because the way Game of Thrones is moving right now, it's almost as if the new generation is slowly taking the old generation's place, because it's like Jon Snow is like the new Ned Stark, that new nice guy that might be too nice for his own good. And then on the other side of that, you got Sansa, and she's becoming just as cunning as Cersei.
Yep.
She's becoming just as cunning as Cersei. And then you got Arya, who's, well, she's just turning into Batman, I guess. I don't know. She's on another level. I don't know who Arya's turning into. But, I mean, all the different characters they're taking their place where they belong. I'm interested in seeing what happens with Bran, because Bran didn't do a lot this season. Like, there was a lot of foreshadowing as far as what's coming, but he didn't do a ton. Like, my favorite Bran moment in the whole season was, of course, in the last episode when Littlefinger's like, that didn't happen, and Bran's like, yes, it did. I got the receipts right here. This is what you said at this exact moment. I didn't even know they had stenographers in Westeros, but he showed up with it. Like, and so I'm interested in seeing what happens with him. And then, of course, we got to talk about the A-Team. The A-Team that went beyond the wall.
Oh, snap. That was crazy.
Now, that was really wild, because they all went beyond the wall. And, of course, I'm super nervous because I'm like, woo, everybody ain't coming back. Like, I knew from the get-go.
Yeah.
Everybody won't coming back, like Beric Dondarrion, his priest, Gendry, Jon Snow, the Hound, Jorah. I'm like, whoo, we got a lot of favorites in here. Everybody ain't coming back. Gendry got like a new Thor hammer he rolling with. I'm like, oh, everybody ain't coming back.
Matter of fact, wasn't that man? Yeah, he had his flaming sword like on deck. Like, everybody was legit.
Yeah,
I felt the danger. I really did feel it.
Suicide Squad.
And it's like, yeah. I was kind of just like, what is really about to happen? It was weird because I was praying. I was like, now the logic here doesn't really make sense, but I really am praying that Danny comes to save the day.
I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of warp. There was like some Super Mario World level warp jumps in this because, all right, so Gendry, like they get trapped and they're like, Gendry, you have to run back and get help. Apparently he's Barry Allen now because he runs back to Winterfell for them to send word to Danny in Dragonstone to come help them beyond the wall. Like none of it. It didn't.
The logic didn't add up because it was the snow. Like it wasn't like it's like the day he had some rations or something. Like he was like, all right, man, this is a do or die, man, do or die. But like this is legit him running out. And the other thing was, how long would they fight? If that was the case, how long were they really fighting? That wasn't just a day. Yeah. They had to been fighting for like 3 days straight.
Also, there was a long period where it was like a standoff because they thought the ice was too thin at the time, so they were all just waiting right there. Yeah. Which I guess it's because they can't swim. Because otherwise, I feel like cold water wouldn't really affect an ice zombie. Like I don't know. Like if they were Pokemon, I feel like that would be a stat they could get over, right? But they were like, oh, we can't go in this cold water. And I mean, the same thing happened at Hardhome. I'm like, I guess they can't swim, even though they definitely swam later on with those big chains. Anyway, Gendry gets back. Oh. Daenerys comes to save the day. I'm telling you, these guys got a lot of plot armor. Because Daenerys comes to save the day. Jon stays back to like sacrifice himself so they can all get away. He falls in ice cold water. And I'm like, man, Jon Snow's gonna die. Bro. Like I just got him back. I was gonna quit watching. And now I'm about to lose my man again. Lo and behold, plot armor himself, Benjen, comes out of nowhere. Another thing that doesn't make sense because I don't know why Benjen isn't controlled by the Night King, because before it was like the three-eyed raven had some kind of magic that was like preventing him or something like that, but three-eyed raven's dead. So I don't know. There's a lot they didn't explain this season, but it was tight. Like it was cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was like that movie. It's like, oh, it didn't make sense, but you know what? That action was boss. But, yeah, man. And one of Danny's dragons got speared.
Yo, he got speared like a Spartan through that joint. Like when I look back, he said,
"Oh yeah."
I was like, "Yo, if you could do that, you should be able to end all wars because
he
you're
OP."
Like
Achilles in Troy, like, yeah, oh yeah. It was real. Shoot. And then, like, it falls through the ice. And then, which I don't know where those giant chains came from. So many questions left unanswered this season. So we got a lot of fast travel. We have giant chains that the White Walkers have. And they go down, they grab the dragon, and then they bring back an ice dragon, now they got an ice dragon. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking pretty one-sided right now as far as who's gonna win this war. And I know there's like a theory where like the everybody dies theory for Game of Thrones. I hope it doesn't end that way because that would be kind of lame. But at the same time, I really don't see how they're gonna win because they got an ice dragon. Like, that breathes ice fire. I don't even know how that works. I'm excited to see it. But yeah, now they got an ice dragon.
Oh, that's right, because he broke the wall.
Yeah. The wall is down. The wall is down.
It was a Yeah.
Like Chris Jericho, break the walls down. Like you could put that music to it and it would fit perfectly. Y2J, like I'm telling you, because like the whole wall came down and I'm like, yo, please don't tell me this how Tormund bited. But we see Tormund in the season 8 preview, so he's still around. We know he's back. Plus, like, if you don't see somebody down Game of Thrones, it means they're probably not dead. Like 9 times out of 10, like you don't see them bite it, then they didn't bite it, right?
Yeah.
But it's getting real now because now everybody's headed towards either Winterfell or the Wall because it's about to go down. And now that Dany lost one of her kids, she's like, all right, we got to roll on them. We got to handle this. Like, this is because before Jon Snow, no one believed Jon Snow. Like, no one really believed him because he's like, yo, it's an army of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
And Daenerys is like, yo, I just got home. Like, I just got home, right? Like, really? Like, I ain't even took my shoes off yet. Like, really? An army of the dead? Like, what about Cersei, though?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, nah. Army of the dead. You got to handle that. I wouldn't believe him either. I wouldn't believe him either, especially when he's like, can I dig under your house so that I can make weapons? Like he's sounding like the drunk uncle at every cookout, obviously. Like, let me borrow a quarter. Like, what are you gonna do with a quarter? 2019. You know you need more than a quarter. He's like, can I dig out the rocks from under your house so that I can go fight the zombies in the snow? Like, I wouldn't believe me. I'd be like, yo, get out of here. What are you doing? Get out of here. You're tripping. But yeah, man, season 7 was wild. Season 7 was wild. And then, like, jumping back to Winterfell, there's been this whole conniving thing where Littlefinger is like, oh, I'm going to do what I always do and stir the pot.
Mm-hmm.
He picked the wrong pot.
He did.
Like, he's sitting there and he's like whispering in Sansa's ear, and Arya's like, run up then. Like, honestly, I didn't know what was going to happen because the way Arya was looking at Sansa, she was just like, do it. Run up.
Yeah.
Run up then. Like, I'm ready. Like, let's go.
That's right, because she gave her the dagger because Sansa had went into her room, found her faces, and she was like, okay, you seem like I might want to go do this because I've killed many people, and I'm not afraid to put you on that list.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take your face.
Yeah.
I was like,
He's like, I can be you tomorrow. I don't care.
I was like, yo, I hadn't even thought about that.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Arya, we don't know what's gonna happen with Arya because Homegirl is off the deep end too. Like, I'm concerned for everybody. Everybody was tripping this season because there was that battle between where Jaime almost got dusted by one of the dragons and Bronn saved him. He was charging at a dragon. Like,
he was. Everybody
done lost their mind in Westeros, man. Everybody done lost their mind in Westeros. He was charging at a dragon. Cersei's crazy. Dany's going crazy. Tyrion's trying to keep a level head, but I don't know what's going on with him because I'm like, is he after power or is he in love with Dany? Like, I don't know. It's
he obviously is in love with Dany, and I could tell just because of the very last scene with her and Jon. Like, he knew what was going on. This man, when I say he looked salty, he was like somebody done dumped the whole thing of salt on this man's head. Like,
he was upset. He was upset because he was like, yo, I just got rid of Jorah. I finally got rid of Jorah. Now, man, like, this dude just showed up and jumped line.
Yep. Yep. He was like,
ain't no dibs in Westeros, Tyrion. Sorry, dog.
But it was kind of like he gave him that alley-oop. He was like, no, he's a good man. You should trust him. And he feels like,
yeah. Yeah, he did that. He did.
But
and the
man, talking about that,
and of course
that end scene, that sex. This is a real. I don't know how to say this nicely. That sex scene was the most uncomfortable sex scene probably in TV history, because your boy Sam and Bran were coming to terms with the fact of who Jon Snow is. And it was just like, oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Are you there? Are you still there?
It froze up on me a little bit. I'm not sure what the last thing you said. The last thing I said was it was probably the most uncomfortable sex scene since season 1, episode 1.
Yes. Yes. It was. And the thing about it is still ancestral. But at the same time, I was like, they don't know. It's not like they intentionally, it was just like, but that's your aunt though. And it's like, you're gonna be the king though, or you're the rightful king though. And it's like, because what it does is it not only puts a tether in between them too, like it's like he's the rightful king, and you're not, and he's your nephew.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad. I don't know how it's gonna end, but at the same time, like Jon doesn't want it.
He don't. That's why he deserves it.
That's why he deserves it. That's why he deserves it. He is the prince that was promised. Like that's why he deserves it. He doesn't want the power. He would not when Dany killed Sam's family. I stopped rooting for her. I'm not gonna lie. Like she lost me when she did that because it was unnecessary. Like I get that you need to like have a show of power, but these were people that were like, look, the reason I can't bend the knee to you is because I made a promise. That's all there is to it. And she's like, get fire on them, like, and just kill them. And after that, I was like, okay, you've become too high strung. Like she lost me with that. Like when she killed Sam's family, she lost me because I didn't think that was called for.
It wasn't necessary. And the thing about that, it's like Sam is Jon's closest friend.
Yeah.
When Sam realizes really with, that's immediately a rift. Of course, Sansa is gonna already feel away because Sansa knows full well who this girl is, what she really wants, and it's like they need to be together. Like they really do need to actually conjoin and be together. But at the same time, it's gonna pull everything else they hold dear apart. Yeah. Like their relationship is gonna bring the kingdom together, but it's gonna tear all ties and all friendships that they have apart.
Yeah, because
it's crazy.
And it's because Jon is the only one there that doesn't want power.
Yeah.
He's the only one. He would go be a farmer tomorrow. He would go be a farmer tomorrow. And he's like, all right, cool. Thank God we won the Battle of Bastos. I'm gonna go home now. And then that one dude in the back's like, King of the North. And he's like, really? No. I was going home. I was going to stop. I was going to get some Pringles, and I was going home. Like, but it's like, no, King in the North. And it's like, oh, well, I'm back in it. I'm back in it. I didn't want to do it, but I'm back. And so I don't know what's going to happen now because he's hooking up with his aunt. They don't know it. I want to know what's going to happen when it gets found out.
It's like right now, it doesn't really matter because they just got to survive. Yeah. But when the dust clears, if the dust does clear, I am curious to see if they're gonna iron this out first before the big fight. Because I hear the rumor is that there's one episode, the whole entire hour is nothing but a fight. The whole entire episode.
Yeah, and it's like I want to say it's like that's one of the episodes that's an hour and a half long. And it's the second or third episode of the season. So
Yep.
I'm wondering if all of the stuff with the Night King is actually going to get solved early.
I really don't know, because there's so many different things about the Night King situation that I don't know. It's kind of like they never really answered to me, like, okay, so the Night King knows how to, you know, of course, bring people back from the dead, but then he had a baby that he created into this mega Night Walker that I don't understand. It's just so many different things I don't understand the facets of. They're gonna have to really narrow it in some kind of way. So I'm more inclined to believe that they're gonna deal with all the dissension and all issues they fall on, because if it's like, if John if the first thing that happens when John gets back, Brand's like, yeah, that's your aunt. Like, how are you gonna fight for real if you don't come to terms with it? Like, you're gonna have to really come to terms with what you're fighting for and who you are, because it's not even so much like the fact that that's his uncle, that's his aunt. It's about that I'm not just a Stark, I am this.
Yeah.
And he's known all his life who he's supposed to be. So it's like I have to rediscover who I am, you know, kind of thing.
Because he had the title of bastard on him this entire time, and he's literally going from bastard to the rightful king of Westeros. Like, I don't know if there's a more literal definition of started from the bottom, now we here, than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what.
And one thing about this season that didn't really get talked about, in the second of the first episode, Danny saw the second version of Melisandre, or the other witch. And I don't know if there's 2 or 3, but the Red Witch there was another one. And it's kind of just like, okay, there's 2 witches. Both of them have the same kind of abilities. Why talk about this? What role are they going to really play? Especially when you think about what the Red Witch did, you know, with all the different things she was involved in. Not just bringing John back, but I feel like those are things that I'm curious about for season 8, and then bringing up.
I don't know what's gonna happen with the red woman, but like, and then like the prophecy of the prince that was promised, like, and then there's some other prophecies in the books that they haven't mentioned on the show, so I don't know if you can call that canon with the show, but it's gonna be interesting because I know there was a prophecy in one of the books about how Cersei would be killed by her brother. And I think, and what's interesting is I think she always took it to mean, oh, I need to watch out for Tyrion.
Yeah.
But now that the tables have turned, I think it might be Jaime. And the reason I think it might be Jaime is because he's always been known as the Kingslayer. Well, I think now he's going to be the Queenslayer.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, because he killed the Mad King when he went crazy on power.
Yeah.
He might be the one to do it again.
And the crazier thing is, it'd be terrible and beautiful symmetry, because it's just kind of like a full circle situation. And it's like everybody looked down on Jaime for doing what he did, but at the same time, he did the right thing. And it's like, if he does this with her, like, man, I don't know. It's gonna be some shocking stuff. I really feel like season 8 is gonna break some people's hearts, for real, for real.
It's gonna be it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I would really love like an awesome, sweet ending to this, but it's because I watch it. Like, I'm not the writer, I'm not the creator, and like, I feel like whenever you create or make something, it's easier to kill off your characters. But when you're watching them and you're in love with them, it's like, oh, this is rough. Like, it sucks losing characters. But like, some folks got to go. Some folks gotta go. I'm not gonna lie. Jamie, I like Jamie, but Jamie gotta go. Like, this the dude that he's the same one that pushed a child off a wall because he caught him smashing his sister. Like, he gotta go. He gotta go. I don't want anyone to ever forget that. Jamie pushed a child off the wall while banging his sister. Same one.
So I'm not excusing that, but after that happened, Jamie's life significantly went down the drain. Mm-hmm. Jamie just this season just started to get his life back together to some semblance of normalcy, because he had to learn how to fight. He had to learn how to do it because he lost his freaking hand. Yeah, and I felt like Jamie went through this really interesting phase where I kind of was like, yeah, you a jerk. You a douchebag, but you could be a good man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, is he gonna be? I don't know. I think that he's long overdue, definitely, to some justice, but I feel like he's gotten some. I feel like he's suffered a lot. But at the same time, there ain't nobody on this show that ain't suffered.
Yeah. I'm telling you. He
all down the kingdom and back, you know.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Every time I think about Jamie, I'm just like, yeah, that pilot episode though. Can't come back from that, dog. Like, you can't come back from that. The things I do for love. Like, I will never. That's still ringing in my ears. He pushed that out.
So the thing about that, why was it that Bran never used that to bring them down? You know what I mean by that? Like, Bran kept that a secret. And he knows exactly what happened, but he never really, I mean, it doesn't really matter to him now, but he could have been, like, used that and been like, I witnessed this, and they pushed me, that's how I'm paralyzed. Like, he never did it. Like, kind of like, why? You know what I'm saying?
Purpose on a point. And honestly, that might bring us back around to those random theories that Bran is the Night King and behind all this stuff. Like, there's no telling what's going to go down. We're going to be talking about this a lot. We're probably going to have to do one of these at the end of each episode.
Yeah. So just to let you guys know, we used to do discussions back after each episode. So I think we're going to definitely be doing that and bring that back this year. So start with episode 1. We'll try to do it only an hour. I can't stay up later than that because I gotta make sure my son's good. But we're gonna be doing a discussion. I'll try to bring in, Jarrell Alexander in here. Shout out to my man Patrick Day. Bring him up here, and of course Keaton. And we're just gonna go and just grind on this. Might try to invite Amon and Farewell, but yeah, it's gonna be really dope. We definitely got to do a discussion on this. Each episode is gonna mess us up. I really do. I really feel like it's gonna be kind of like what was that one show, The Handmaid's Tale. After each episode of The Handmaid's Tale, I literally felt like this weight. And it's just a whole lot, and I feel like that's gonna be this season for sure. But getting back to season 7, it was definitely hands down one of the best seasons. Continuity standpoint, like, there was a lot of things that didn't make a lot of sense. I think that was a lot of the critiques for most or everybody. But it wasn't like this wasn't pleasing. It wasn't like this wasn't compelling. The performances were great. Mm-hmm. The moments in it that we've always been waiting for years. Like, there's so many different payoffs. Mm-hmm. The payoffs that we haven't even talked about yet. The death of Littlefinger. So gratifying.
man, it wasn't just that it was gratifying. Like that whole scene, I watched that whole scene so many times because there's so many good moments in it. Because you think that, I'm like, is Sansa really about to turn on her sister? She's like, what do you say to these charges? Lord Baelish. And you know the internet meme of the guy doing like the hard blink where he's just like, that was the face that Littlefinger made. And if you watch the guy next to him is wearing a bunch of armor, so he can't really turn his neck, but he turns his whole shoulders. So it's like, and what do you say to these charges, Lord Baelish? And he kind of turns his shoulders just to say like, oh, snap, you thought like it was so.
Uh-oh.
Like this, like this is how this is going down, and Arya hit him with that cold justice.
Yo, she slit that man's throat and didn't even blink. Like she did it like it wasn't even like she didn't even she did it. You know, like some people do it out of gratification, and some people do it because, you know, man, you wronged me. Like that wasn't him. That wasn't him at all. Like he was just like, oh, hold on 1 second. I'm not sure. Uh-oh. Yeah, my son is definitely crying.
Uh-oh.
But
gonna wrap it up?
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap it up.
It's all
but
good.
Yeah. But yeah, it was so many. I mean, the fight, I mean, whatever you think about it, the fight was so epic. To watch Danny literally over and just wiping White Walkers out. So gratifying.
Oh yeah.
But then those intimate moments between Danny and your boy Jon Snow, like when they were kind of coming to terms with stuff and wrestling with stuff and like challenging each other's ideals. I thought that those discussions were some of the best because up until this point, like nobody's really challenged them because they've earned their spot, they've earned their keep, and it was kind of just like, you know what, they're gonna benefit from challenging each other. The more and more this goes, and then eventually it developed into a love story. But it was kind of like it was really compelling dialogue, really compelling, you know, back and forth because she learned a lot, just like he learned a lot. Yeah. He learned to be able to trust her, but she learned how to compose herself like a real king should. Yeah, like a real should. Because she didn't know humility. She really didn't. She knew the ego. She knew how to stand. She knew how to walk. She put in her work, but she didn't know humility at all. And John do it. He walks in spades of it. So yeah,
it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting where it goes. I can't wait, but at the same time, I'm absolutely terrified.
Yes, I really. Man, when I saw that last trailer, when Arya was running through I think she was running through the castle. She looked scared and terrified. I haven't seen her scared ever. Even when in the first season, she didn't care about, like, the only time I saw her like legit upset and cry was when Ned, you know, got his head cut off.
Like, we haven't seen her we haven't seen her scared since like Homegirl almost killed her in that season when she cut the camera.
Oh yeah.
Like she had her on the ropes, but even then, like she was poised. Like but it's so I don't know where it's gonna go, Sam. I don't know, man. SEL. I don't know where it's gonna go.
I don't know either. But anyway, all right, so we're gonna wrap this up, you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a huge announcement. So your boy Keaton has reacted to every single episode of season 7. All right. What we're planning is we're gonna give you guys, starting tomorrow, episode for episode of each episode that he's reacted to, and we're gonna put it on YouTube, but we're gonna do it a specific kind of way. the way it's gonna go is Keaton's gonna give you kind of like a small little introduction video. Me less and we'll be able to do. You click the link, it takes you straight to our Team JVS website, and you can see the full entire episode in its entirety. All we would ask is once you get there, make sure you click the like, make sure you go click on the link, and then you can go straight there. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, it'll give you the full entire reaction. Yep. If you get worried, you can go to the description bar and you'll be able to click the link there, and you can put it in the address bar and you do it that way. But main thing is we want you guys to know it's going to be the full entire reaction. It's not like a small little clip. I was thinking about maybe Keaton like doing like your favorite moment from the episode, like doing like maybe like a minute of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That way you can kind of add like a little bit of commentary in the beginning, and then it gives like a specific 1 minute moment. Yeah. And then they'll have the reference to go straight to the thing. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Me and Keaton can definitely iron that out, but he's already reacted to all of that for Team JVS YouTube this week. So before Sunday, all the episodes are going to be here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And any thoughts you guys have on this, hit me up. Keeden7 on Twitter, and also Keeden7 on Instagram. Hit me up. Let me know your thoughts.
Yep. Well, I've got to go take care of a baby. And then I got to go
watch My Hero Academia.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's so good. Sorry. It's so good. All right, man.
Right.
Well, but, you take it easy. You guys out there, you take it easy. God bless. And see you soon.
Later, y'all. Be ready. Make sure you put that little bell button so you can know the notifications as soon as those reactions drop. All right?
Definitely.
Peace, y'all. Bum, bum, bum.